Okay, so I thought I'd do another quick video on van life during COVID lockdown because, well, I've gone through, I think, 3 now, maybe 4 in Queensland. We haven't had as many as other states. And just a quick update on what I'm doing. So I'm currently cooking a meal, so I'll quickly show you that. And so there is the meal there. So it's basically carrot, potato, and onion. So not all that flashy. I've got a ring light there that I use so you can see better. That is my light, which is just like a camping turn on, turn off USB charged light. And you can see that living in the van, you know, there's lots of bumping and stuff, and it's not actually even attached to the roof anymore. I'll turn that back on. So I have a CCTV monitor here. For those of you that haven't seen videos recently, solar regulator there. I got my computer there with my website that I've been building out, and I've got some cheap goon there. So this is on special for $8. So Lachlan Ridge. So and it's a premium selection. So it's a premium goon. On special for $8 for 2 liters. So that's pretty good. Alright, so now I guess I'll go back to my computer for the recording for the rest of this video.
And now you should be able to hopefully see me and hear me a lot better because I'm doing the recording from my laptop with the microphone. So I am cooking dinner, like I said just a minute ago, inside the van. So just give me a moment so I don't burn the ass out of anything. But might even just pull my phone out. Where'd I put the phone? Here it is. And so I know some people are interested in cooking. I'm just cooking on the cheap at the moment. But there is the meal there. So I'll put the lid back on and we'll talk about COVID. So really for the most part, through a lot of COVID, I was working. So it didn't really make that much of a difference to me a lot of the time. For the type of work that I was doing, it's considered an essential worker, and so during the 2020, early 2020 lockdown, like over 12 months ago now, I was working in a big site where they had showers and stuff, and in fact some people rode their bicycles into work and had showers before work, and some people went to the gym, so it wasn't that big a deal to use the showers where I was working, which is really good. And I think the gyms were shut down for like about 4.5-5 months, something like that, a long time. So it was quite handy that I was working somewhere where I could actually do that. And my eyes are blinking because I think there's some onion residue. Let's see if I can turn my fan on, get rid of some of that from when I was cutting the onions. But yeah, I was quite fortunate. But what I did is, you obviously have the stock standard baby wipes. This packet, I think, is almost empty, but I have on my bed actually another big packet here. So baby wipes do a reasonable job. And also, I've got some collapsible containers, like from Kmart, I think, but they're like, I've got a bigger container than a smaller one, and I can just boil up some warm water and just a dish rag and bathe, like I guess they did in the olden days. So that's how I get by when I can't get access to a shower. But for the most part, I've been pretty lucky with that. And the lockdowns are a lot shorter now, so I can still get to the gym usually within a reasonable amount of time to shower. Um, and I mean, you think about van life and pandemics. If you're living in a van and there's some sort of natural disaster, whether it's like a medical thing, like disease, like we have at the moment with COVID, or whether it's a bushfire or any sort of thing, you can usually, if you're not forced to work somewhere, if you're built up to the point where you don't have a lot of expenses, you don't have any debts, you got a bit of an emergency fund, if you've got passive income through being like a digital nomad or something, you can just turn the key, drive off, go somewhere else. And you can't really do that if you have a house, because you got all those assets that you need to, I guess, that you need to protect. And so living in a van, when shit hits the fan, or even if it's just inconvenient, you can just turn the key and move away. Now, I haven't actually been approached at all during COVID-19 by police or council or anyone for staying at parks during the day. So I haven't been questioned at all. I haven't been pulled over in my vehicle, because I actually even went for an extended drive when we had a bit of rain to charge my batteries up, and I didn't even get any backlash from, or pulled over for like driving outside of a 10 kilometer radius that would be listed on my license for that. So I guess I've been pretty lucky in that regard. Because I know they are finding people, but I don't think they would have find me anyway, unless you're deliberately trying to flout the lockdown. Like if you got people that are at the beach that are just completely saying stuff you, we'll do whatever the hell we want, then you're gonna get fined, and probably deservedly so. So I will, for those of you that are interested in the meals in the van, show this from my phone. So just give me 1 second. And this kind of requires editing, which takes it a lot longer to do. But so I've thrown in some spices and some chili powder, some garlic flakes. So I got dried chili, mixed herbs, curry. Actually, usually I put in turmeric as well. I will put in some turmeric actually, but that's the meal there, and you can see that the potato. Might help if I point it, but the carrot and the potato and stuff is pretty soft, and you just got the chili flakes sort of cooking. I mean the garlic there. So what I'll do is I'll end up stirring all of those spices in, and I'll add the turmeric. So adding the turmeric. And what was I saying about COVID? Yeah, like they just tend to be finding the fuckwits, I think. Because you have had recently the lockdown protesters, and I know there's a lot of businesses and people that have lost everything during COVID, and you get the conspiracy theorists saying that it's not that big a deal. And I don't know, there's not really enough data Like how would you know 100% that it's a legitimate lockdown, or if they're just trying to fabricate it? Because there's plenty of deaths that they've recorded, and I don't think you can really fake that. Um, so so it's probably real, but I think a lot of the stuff depends on your point of view, doesn't it? But I will need to get a bowl or something for my dinner. But that's dirty. Get a clean one. But I've probably been more comfortable in lockdown in the van than I would have in a house, because I can go out into like a field and walk around and stuff, where if I was in a house, you'd probably just be stuck in front of Netflix or something. But I'll record this as well, so lots of steam coming off it just out of the oven. It's not too bad. You got different spices and stuff. I got a little bit of leftovers there too. Depending on how hungry I am, I might eat it or I might not. But the COVID has treated me reasonably well. Long lockdowns where everything's shut in the gyms, that's a bit of a pain in the ass, because that's probably the one thing I miss from living in a house, would be being able to just jump into like a nice hot shower first thing in the morning, before you go to work. Because at the moment it's winter and I am working, more business hours in a call center at the moment, and it can be hard to get out of bed. That's actually not too bad. Some of the thicker pieces of potatoes are a little bit crunchy, but it's still quite edible. And I guess that's what you call plant-based meal, fairly cheap. I mean, I think you get a bag of potatoes for like $4, a bag of onions for like, I think $2.50, bag of carrots I think was $2, and so a bag of potato, I mean, it's 2 kilos, so it lasts a while, particularly if you've got a fridge. So and sometimes if I want to thicken it up, I can have like pasta or 2-minute noodles or all sorts of things with it. But that beeping noise will be my my batteries, because I've got it plugged in. Actually, I guess I can show you on the... So you see that box there, there's a power cord connected to it. There you go, it's in focus, so you can see the power cord hanging down, the white cord hanging down just there. And it's running around to the back below the bed where I've got a battery charger, and it's beeping, probably because I'm fully charged. So I will probably have to go deal with that, unplug it. So as I was saying, yeah, COVID has been pretty good, mostly. And like I said, if I didn't have to work to repay the loan repayments on my van and the credit card, then I could have just stayed away from the major cities, because it's really just Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, are the main hotspots. You get away from the big cities, and there's no issues really. Um, and that's the beauty if you are living a fairly simple, minimal lifestyle with no debts. You can live pretty much wherever you want, and you could just drive away from pandemics, natural disasters, whatever the case may be. So that's something you can't do if you have a house and commitments. So anyway, I gotta go unplug my battery charger, and and I'll see you in the next video.